The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and brought to you by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Pannell Swim Shop, P-Rats, PrepSpin.com, Raising Cane's, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
And welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball with Tom Viney. Always great to have you on the show.
Great to be here, Gary.
We've got another great show for you. The Lafayette Lady Generals are in the house. Allie Denton, all they are is in the regional Final Four Friday night.
Boy, I tell you what, they've got a good couple games ahead of them.
Our scholar athletes are from Tates Creek High School. They play basketball, but they also are great in the classroom there.
That's what we love seeing on the show. Our
feature is on Kobe Penny. He's the all-time leading scorer there at Anderson County High School.
What do we say, over 2,000 points?
Over 2,000 points.
That's a lot of baskets.
And we got another Sutherland Chevrolet drive of the week. We never know who's on that drive of the week. Could be anybody. Could be any player. Right. And tell us about your swimmers, the Pannell Swim Shop.
I tell you what, we've got state champions in the house today. We've got Lexington Catholic, and we've got two great swimmers in here with Coach Dave Little, and just fresh off of their state championship win this weekend.
And Cade Coulter's here from UK, and he will keep us in the game. But you know what we got? We got the best highlights in the state of Kentucky. It's called Game Time. These highlights brought to you by PrepSpin.com, the home of the 11th Region Basketball Tournament.
Mercer County beat the Lady Flyers last season in the Sweet 16 championship game. Will they have a rematch somewhere? You never know.
Yeah, I don't know. But like Franklin County, the Titans have won 3 straight region crowns. Sacred Heart is the only school in the state with a win over Mercer tonight, facing off against Lincoln County at Lincoln County. Yeah, trying to become the second to get the win tonight. Lincoln County dominant defensive performance. Emma King with that. Then on the other end, Lincoln County keeping it up. Check out that 3 from Ziara Napier. Yeah, a nice one, 9-8 Lincoln. Then Sagan Robbins goes in for the layup. Yeah, she's the 12th Region Player of the Year, 10-9 Mercer. Back and forth all game, another Robbins basket. Puts Mercer up 1. They pull it out. Lady Tates put up a fight, but Titans come out with a 67-64 win. Also, over at Lincoln County tonight, Southwestern and Casey County, the other half of the 12th Region bracket. Jenna Wood goes from three-point land to tie the game at 23 for Southwestern. But in the second half, Casey getting hot. Lauren Lee inside for 2 and 1. 43-30, Lady Rebels up. Then Casey County finds Shayla Wilkie open. She banks it in. 48-32, Casey County pulls away 65-49 for the win.
And welcome back in. Our team of the week, the Lafayette Generals. We want to tell you about Bob Roberts Insurance. They're out of Richmond, Kentucky. They insure 3/4 of this great state of Kentucky. Speaking of this great state, right here from Lexington, Lafayette, Allie Denton's here. And Allie, you have a great basketball team this year. You've built a program there at Lafayette. There's no doubt about it. Does this team just never disappoint you, does it?
Well, I wouldn't say they never disappoint me. I love them like my daughters,
Right.
but I'm so proud of them. They just they bought into what we do at Lafayette, and they just continue to excel and make me really happy. I love them.
And you're in a regional Final Four because of that.
We are. We're very happy to be there. We love it and are excited to be there every year.
So, Coach, tell us who you brought with you today.
Yes, this is Caroline Bennett. She's a senior. This is Terry Abram, another senior, and Takaya Gar-Carter, my 3rd senior.
Caroline, you're obviously a prolific scorer. You scored 35 points in that district game last week. I was there. Is that the strength of your game?
Yes, it is probably my biggest strength. I like to think that my intelligence on the court is also one of my biggest strengths, and Coach challenges me every game to be the leading rebounder. So me and Takaya and Lindy go at it. But yes, I do think scoring is one of my strengths.
The Bills, and she did a good job filling up that stat sheet the other night.
She's one of those that'll fill up every column.
Right.
That's great. So you've got a floor general out there.
I do.
Tell us a little bit about what you see as your role on this team.
My role is basically to do everything. I have to go out there, be coached in, be myself, pass the ball, you know, be big on defense, and get the team going.
And Takaya, you're obviously a well-rounded basketball player because you can do everything. You can steal, you can rebound, you can do it all. What do you think is your biggest asset as a basketball player?
Well, Coach Yen tells me all the time that I can't be good at just one. I have to try and be good at them all. I don't really have much of a choice.
That's right. That's right. You got to play defense.
Very
too.
coachable. Yes.
Yeah, very coachable.
Yes.
Well, that's great that you've got some coachable players here. What are you going to miss about these three girls?
There's a list.
But Caroline Bennett is
she's been a leader since she's been on the court since 8th grade.
Right.
And I'm not just talking about basketball, just character.
Terry is matured, and I
Can trust her to run the team.
and Takaya is just
She brings so much life to our program.
Yeah.
And
Keeps everybody loose.
she does, and she's happy all the time, and
you know, they all have their stats, but they're just great people.
You made the regional Final Four. You played Friday night. Was that expected this year at Lafayette? Did you think you'd be in the Final Four?
That's our expectation when we
Right.
start October 15th, yes. So, you know, that's what we're always reaching for.
Well, you're doing a good job there. Lafayette's always one of the top programs in the state, and that's a credit to you and your staff and to your young ladies that play basketball
right.
there at Lafayette.
Yes, that's
Thank
right.
you, Coach.
Thank you.
That's Allie Denton, the head basketball coach of one of the top programs in the state of Kentucky, Lexington Lafayette. And now we're going to this feature. It's on Kobe Penny at Anderson County, the all-time leading scorer.
I used to sit in these stands and watch Jimmy Dan play, and how good he was as a high school player was absolutely amazing.
That's Anderson County's coach, Glenn Drury. He's been with the Bearcats 31 seasons, and in that time he's seen UK legend Jimmy Dan's scoring record broken twice. First by C.J. Penny in 2009.
CJ came along, and gradually he was maturing, and we knew he could score. We kept giving him the basketball, and then he broke that record.
Not even 10 years later, CJ's younger brother Kobe surpassed CJ's scoring record.
For one just to set the stepping stones and another one to follow is, you know, kind of is a little insight on how well or how hard we work as a family.
At 6 feet tall, Kobe, the younger Penny, can be overlooked on the court.
He gets underestimated, but he has the heart of a lion, and when he steps on the court, he's going to be the most fierce competitor on a given night.
He's a bulldog. He's tough. You cannot find anybody else that I've ever coached that competes any harder than Kobe does.
So what's the key to Kobe averaging 22 points and 7 rebounds a game? He played backyard ball against his 6'5" brother, who's 9 years his senior.
Playing one-on-one with my brother and getting beat a lot kind of makes you mad. So you kind of just want to imagine that you're beating him every time that someone steps in front of you.
CJ and Kobe still go at it on the court, and while they disagree on who's better, they both have etched their names in the Anderson County record books. Kaylee Mizell, WKYT.
And welcome back into our most popular segment because it highlights athletes who are doing great things in the classroom and out there at Tates Creek High School. We got Jasmine with us, Hydracia's with us, and Coach Yates is with us. Let's start with Jasmine. You have a 3.9 GPA in the class there, and you play basketball. How do you make it all work for you?
I plan ahead. I try not to procrastinate. I know when I have a game. I know when I have practice. I know when I have free time, and I just study and do my homework when I can.
So Hydracia, you maintain a 3.5 in class, and that's really good. So did the teachers motivate you, or are you self-motivated?
I would say I'm mostly self-motivated to finish high school and then be prepared for college and pursue law in college.
And Coach Matt Yates is with us. Thank you for joining us out here, Coach.
Thank you for having us.
For this show. Describe these two student athletes for us, if you don't mind.
I would describe them as pleasers. They're young ladies that want to please the coaching staff. And I would describe them as hard workers, you know, as well as being basketball players and students. They both have jobs also.
Yeah.
So,
and you mentioned hard workers. That doesn't always translate to the winning column, but you know, these girls, they worked their tails off, and they were just such good students there. So,
well, you know, what we want to do is help them build into being solid citizens and, you know, productive people in society. And if you can start doing that now, you know, you're on your way.
That's exactly right.
So Jasmine, I know you're going to college soon and you have some big decisions to make. Have you picked a college and a course of study yet?
I plan on attending EKU in the fall. I'm thinking about majoring in forensic psychology. I'm not sure yet, but I do know I want to be in the FBI.
And Hydracia, what about you? What do you plan on doing?
I plan on attending college. I really don't care which college I go to, but anything that deals with law.
So Coach Yates, what do you see in the future for these two ladies?
I see nothing but success. You know, anything that they put their minds to do, they're going to be able to do it, and they've done a heck of a job. I just got the coaching job, and they've done a heck of a job of getting our program off to a good start, and I want to thank them for that.
Would you pass a plaque down to each one of them? They'll receive those from Crown Trophy. Jasmine, Hydracia, there's your plaque. If you take that over there, they'll personalize. Ryan Tyson will personalize that for you, put your name and school in there for no charge. Great job in the classroom, and great job working harder in basketball, too.
Thank you.
That's our Scholar Athletes from Tates Creek. Now we're going to the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
It's time for the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. 11th Region Girls Semifinal action last night. Scott County taking on Dunbar. And Scott County guard Morgan DeFore is just exceptional. She gets the steal and the excellent reverse layup to go. She had 28 points as the Cardinals beat Dunbar 89-57. In the region finals are the Cardinals, thanks to Morgan DeFore and the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Well, we've been saying on the Pannell Swim Shop that there's great swimmers. Well, it doesn't get any better than this group,
That's
Mr. Tom
exactly
Viney, because
right.
they are state champs.
State champs in the house. Coach Dave Little, what have you brought with you today?
Well, I brought my two captains, senior captains, Nicole Griffin and Jeffrey Schufer Flores, who were had a big part in leading this turnaround. You know, their freshman year, Lexington Catholic finished tied for dead last in the state.
Wow.
And now they graduate as seniors as state champs. So that's pretty awesome turnaround that they've been a part of leading for us.
How were you able to do that, dead last to state champs?
Just got lucky with a real good group of kids when I took the job. And I've coached a lot around the town before, so actually I've known both of them since they were 8 and unders. And so it reunited me with a lot of kids I'd coached previously, so there was no relationship getting to know each other. I already knew a lot of them, so we really clicked right away.
Right.
So Nicole, tell me what, leading into the state championship, did you have a feeling that this was on the horizon?
We've been talking about this all year, actually. So I went into state rooting for our team, obviously, hoping that this would be the outcome.
That's great.
And Jeffrey there, you swim everything. So, I mean, you can swim anything. He's very talented, you know.
Yep, absolutely. So, Jeffrey, you were freestyle mainly for the state meet. How did your races turn out? Were they pretty much what you were expecting?
Yes, sir. Very, very well. And actually, I talked to Dave before a couple of my races because naturally I've switched. I think every year in high school I swam different events. So this year is kind of something new for me. And so Dave and I talked. He kind of did a little adjusting for me, and both of my races I dropped time, went personal best. So.
And Dave, before we go, are there any other swimmers on your team you want to give a mention of?
Yeah, well, we've got, of course, our stud that most people around town in the swimming world know about is Zach Hills, who sets state records and does lots of big things. But it was really a group effort, you know, with Matt Minke and Thomas Struther and Scott Scanlon, Smith Dickin and Patrick Snyder really, you know, get out that boys team that on all those relays. And then our girls team, you know, Nicole leading them as a senior, and then we've got Morgan Bender and Callie West, Meredith Walker and Audra Ferrier have really come on strong, and Sydney Florence for us. It was really, that's why it was so cool to win the overall, because it's really a group effort.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved being able to see you guys do so well this weekend up in Louisville, and to look forward to seeing you guys continue this trend and bringing the hardware back to Lexington.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you for having us.
That's the state champs combined from Lexington Catholic. We'll come back with our UK Sports Medicine segment. Keep you in the game. And welcome back in. Kate Coulter's with us. First time on the show. We welcome you to the Scholastic Ball Report.
Thanks for having me.
And we're going to talk about something that's very important because it's the eye, okay? What are some common eye injuries?
A lot of things we see are, number one, just getting something stuck in your eye. Another one that can lead to a corneal abrasion or a scratch on your eye.
Yep.
We see pink eye a lot, mostly in the high school and middle school settings, and then styes or some kind of infection you get on your eyelid there.
So what is the safest way to get something out of your eye?
Well, the first thing everyone wants to do, obviously, is rub your eye, which actually physicians don't want you to do because you can end up damaging your eye further. The safest thing to do is just flush it out with some water or some saline solution if you have it. And then you can take a cotton swab or a Q-tip or wipe that around in there, something soft, and just kind of pick it out on your own.
Saline solution works for especially the eye, works for everything.
Oh, it's the answer.
It's the answer to everything, yeah.
Cures all.
How do you care for a sty on the eyelid?
A sty, so it's going to start as just kind of a little red bump on your eyelid. It's actually one of your eyelash ducts gets infected, and it'll kind of swell up and end up looking like a little zit on your eyelid. So really the only thing you can do is just kind of get a moist hot towel and keep it on there for long periods of time, and it takes a couple days, but it'll go away on its own if you take care of it the right way like that.
The eyes are so important. You know, we got to see, you got to see clearly to perform in any sport, really.
Yeah.
So it's important that kids and everybody keep those eyes clear and maintained.
Absolutely.
So thank you. Good stuff there. And there's their website and their phone number, UK Sports Medicine, our title sponsor. Now we're going to these final highlights. These highlights brought to you by Game Time and brought to you by PrepSpin.com. They're the home of the 11th Region Tournament.
Girls 11th Region semifinals in Richmond, starting with the three-time reigning region champs, Franklin County.
Lafayette was the last to win the region before the Lady Flyers' recent dominance, and that was also the last season the Lady Generals beat Franklin County. Lafayette 0-5 against Franklin County over the last 3 years, plus Lafayette's Tiana Sanford. The Steel takes it for the layup. Nice one there. And then in the fourth quarter, Franklin is up to Generals. Caroline Bennett spots and nails the three, giving Lafayette a 1-point lead. 48 seconds left. Last shot, Flyers. Kendall Talley misses the layup. Patience Laster is patient on the spot, gets the putback. Lafayette, can they win it? Lindy DeBilzan racing up the court, goes to block, misses. Takia Gar-Carter can't get the putback. Franklin County survives 46-45 in the finals for the third straight year.
What a game. Scott County 29-1 against in-state schools this season, which includes a win over the Dunbar Bulldogs. Second quarter, Scott County up 16. Malaya Owens with the long pass. Peyton Riddle, that's a layup, and the Cards are on a roll. Morgan DeFore, what an outstanding player. Watch this sick reverse layup. That's how she does it. She does it well. 28 points. Bulldogs trying to hang around as best they could. Cheyenne Fullwood goes in for the layup and the foul. Scott County is now 30-2 on the season. Look at DeFore and Riddle and Owens. Man, 89-57 the final.
You know, it's been a while. You know, I don't know if we've been back here in a while. So, you know, it's a new experience for our kids. We want them to enjoy every moment of it. But at the same time, we know that, you know, our opponent for tomorrow night, it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great battle. And you come out of the 11th region, you know, you can do some special things.
And the number 3 ranked team in the Commonwealth goes down.
Wow.
Clark County, 51-48.
Thanks to all of our sponsors on the Scholastic Ball Report. You folks make it possible. Also, want to thank all the great guests. Lafayette was in here, Tates Creek Basketball, and Tom Viney from Pannell Swim Shop. You've been with us all season, and you got to witness those state championships, Lexington Catholic.
Absolutely. State championship overall was just a spectacular weekend, and really loved seeing Lexington Catholic bring that hardware home. They've got a great team. Great teams all over Central Kentucky.
Waveney, you guys have a record there at Tates Creek.
Yeah, we had a really successful indoor season. We're excited to get into outdoor.
Yeah, outdoor starts when?
March 24th, I think.
March 24th, and you'll be what do you run?
The 400 and the 800.
Looking for, as always, on the Scholastic Ball Report. For those you see and those you don't see.
Keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and brought to you by Central Bank. Crown Trophy, Pannell Swim Shop, P-Rats, PrepSpin.com, Raising Cane's, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.